Alright friends, I'm super excited for this video because it's the first of hopefully many YouTube long form videos that I'll be doing starting now. In case you don't know me, hi, I'm Kim, the owner of Layla M & Co. I run a small business that sells cute glassware, apparel, books, accessories, and so much more with cute custom packaging. I do a lot of ASMR packing videos, which are absolutely my favorite, but I am currently pivoting to teach others how to do what I do. If this sounds like something you're interested in and feel like you might want to learn more about, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And tune in to this very first video where I'll be unboxing the new Inksonic R1390 DTF printer and going over how to use it. So in case you don't know what DTF is, it stands for direct to film, which is pretty much just a really cool method of printing digital designs to then press onto apparel. It's pretty standard, so most t-shirt businesses do start by using this method of printing because it is really efficient and you can easily produce a lot of product this way. And I think that's great if you're starting fresh and trying to scale your business. For this video, I asked my husband to help me unbox and put together this printer, so you'll be seeing a lot of him here in the beginning. I also want to say thank you to Inksonic for sending me this printer to test out and allow me to give my honest review on it. So I guess we're just going to go ahead and start with the unboxing, which you just saw, and my husband's going to put all these pieces together. So these parts right here are the frame that holds the roller for the film to spin on. You will need to remove the bolts out of the frames and then screw the bolts back in, as you can see him doing here. Then you can pass the film roll through the spindle and secure it on both sides with those clips that you can see. You'll see him here in a second where he will clip them down and it'll secure it. This printer is also pretty light compared to other desktop DTF printers, so outside of getting it out of the box, you can generally operate it with just one person. And it also comes with an instruction manual, and you can also look up the step-by-step instructions online via YouTube. The next thing that gets attached is the output platform, which literally just snaps right into place, and then you can plug the printer in and start downloading the software. So this is the whole setup currently, and I am loving it. It comes with the oven, the printer, I got my laptop, and then you've got your software setup, the driver installation, which you can also install WhatsApp and talk to engineers directly to help with any of these steps, which is really awesome. We used the manual for this part and followed the YouTube videos along with that. You'll have to insert the USB drive into your computer's USB port, then you'll find the folders that have the software and driver info in them. Click on printer driver setup, and then you can start the install process for the driver. Then once that's done, you will install the RIP software, and you can locate that in the same folder as that driver install. You will then have to agree to the license terms and conditions, and from there you'll be able to install the RIP software. Now we can add all the different colored inks to their designated ink tanks. Make sure the bottles correspond to the colors in order of C, M, K, Y, and W. And you will add the white, then yellow, black, magenta, and blue to their corresponding ink tanks. So I just briefly wanted to explain these buttons. This one with the plus sign actually draws the ink into the tubes for you, and then the one with the W is the white ink circulation button that helps when your white ink seems to get clogged. You can also manually pull out these ink sacs and extract them using a syringe. With this printer, that's not necessarily required because you have that button that will draw the ink into the tubes for you. But I'm just going over here to show you how it's supposed to look when the ink is properly in the ink sacs. and they usually just very easily clip back into where they're supposed to be. So right there you have the white ink circulation button, then you have the load ink button, and then on the other side you have the nozzle cleaning button, which you will probably use every single day, since most of these printers need daily maintenance in order for them to run properly. So now I'm just going to show you how to turn it on. So you press that first, and then you can press and hold the on button on the front of the printer. And you wait for it to start blinking. Then you can open it and see what it does here, where it's like its startup mechanism. You'll see it shift back and forth and make a few strange noises, which is totally normal. Now we are going to go ahead and perform a nozzle cleaning. So I'm going to press and hold the nozzle cleaning button until the ink head makes that adjustment sound, which indicates that nozzle cleaning has started. You can tell that the cleaning mechanism is working because you'll see some disposed ink here on the left side, and when you check the ink disposal container on the right, you can see the ink coming through that tube. Now we let the printer do its thing until the nozzle cleaning is complete. And don't forget that these sounds you're about to hear during cleaning are completely normal. You can also complete a nozzle cleaning by right-clicking on your mouse in the Inksonic software and choosing the printer preferences option. From here, you will click on the maintenance button, which gives you a few printer options to choose from. We're going to do a nozzle check since we already did the cleaning. All you have to do from here is click print, and the printer will print you a nozzle check pattern, which you will see here, and then you will compare to the computer lines that it gives you, and you'll see here that none of the lines are broken, so we can go ahead and proceed with printing our designs next. So now I'm going to load the image that I want to print into the Inksonic software, and then I'm resizing the design and making sure it is within the printing guideline sheet. Once you feel like your design is ready to print, then you can click the rip button, and then the design processes to 100% and rolls you over into the next page. Then once that's ready, you'll need to right click on the design once it's loaded and press print, and then you get to watch the printer do its thing. You can leave the top open so you can watch it, or you can close it to like keep debris out of there. But this is probably my favorite part. I honestly love watching these printers do what they do. And so yeah. Now that the printer is done printing this design, we're just going to cut it off from the film, and then we need to add the adhesive backing to it. So we will be dipping it into some DTF powder, which I keep in this container because it just makes cleaning it a lot better. And then here's the transfer powder. I like to put it in this container and use gloves because it's just like safest that way. You shouldn't handle any chemicals without gloves, but like I'm super iffy about keeping my hands clean, so that's why I wear gloves. But here's the design look like. I think it turned out great. And we just kind of scoop this powder onto the back, and then we will just sift it back and forth in order to make sure we have the whole back of the design covered. And remember, we need this step because this is what ends up allowing your design to adhere to any garment that you're pressing it onto. But this is my DTF oven, which is really cool. I've never seen one like this before where it has like the pull-out drawer, which is really awesome. So what you'll do is you'll just stick your design into this, and then you will, I forgot to turn it on, but I need to turn it on. But this is where you turn it on, and then this is where the timer is. And so now you'll just stick your design into the drawer, and then you'll close the drawer, and then you'll click on that other little, that. And then that is what starts the timer, which, like, out of all the DTF printers I've ever messed with, like, this is the first one that looks like that. Which I love that. And so now it's done, and you can tell it's done because you will actually see that the powder has melted onto the back of that design transfer. So now I'm just lint rolling my a garment that I'm going to put this design on, and then I'm going to press it with my this is my favorite press. I love this press. But yeah, you press it for like 30 seconds, but I do half and half, so I'll do 15%, and then I'll pull it out. I'll let it cool. I will take the design off, and then I'll put it back under the press for an additional 15 seconds, so it's like 30 seconds total. But I think this turned out really good. I love the colors, and obviously the DTF is magnificent. It's super fully pressed on there. It's not going to go anywhere. It's like stretchy, and it's not like you can't really feel the texture of the DTF design on there. It's like super smooth. And so this is how it turned out, and I hope you love it. And thanks for watching my first video. Oh my gosh. No, but for real though, thank you so much for sticking around and watching this whole thing. I really appreciate it. And if you could subscribe, I would so love you forever. And I hope you guys are proud of me, because this was totally my first video, and I was just like really stressed out about it. Okay, love you, bye.